I'm Jim May. We're continuing our series looking at what Indiana educators actually did and did not say when they were filmed without their knowledge and under false pretenses. Today, we're focusing on Monica Kegaris, Assistant Superintendent at Fairfield Community School Corporation. Let's hear what Ms. Kegaris had to say.
Do y'all use Newsela though?
Oh yeah.
Some of our English teachers do use Newsela.
Okay.
Cool. I think some of our social studies teachers have used it as well. There's some great.
Well, they partner with like the Southern Poverty Law Center, Howard Zinn.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, our teachers know that.
Uh-huh.
They're not saying that out loud. Okay, does that make sense? Like, semantics.
Mom and Dad don't need to know that.
Before we can really form an opinion on Ms. Kegaris' comments, we need to know a bit more about Newsela. Here's how Adam Gillette describes Newsela in his anti-public school propaganda.
Another common Trojan horse that we've heard about throughout the country is called Newsela. Newsela is a classroom curriculum service that partners with the New York Times 1619 Project, as well as the Southern Poverty Law Center and radical leftist historian Howard Zinn.
Given how he frames it there, you'd be forgiven for thinking that Newsela is simply a repackaging of left-wing viewpoints. In actuality, the company curates a growing library of over 15,000 articles from a wide range of sources covering all types of subject matter. Newsela creates versions of these articles at 5 different reading levels so that teachers can bring real-world, engaging materials into their classroom. Now, Newsela lists 108 content partners on its website. Out of curiosity, I searched for each of them on MediaBiasFactCheck.com. I was able to identify 37 that are evaluated and rated for bias, factual accuracy, and credibility. Now, generally speaking, nearly all of them rank extremely high for accuracy and credibility. In terms of bias, nearly all of them are rated center left, center, or center right. A full 35% are rated as having the lowest possible bias. But don't take my word for the content at Newsela. If you're a parent, you can sign up for a free account that allows you to preview a wide range of what they make available. Now, you may or may not be able to find something that you disagree with, but I have a hard time imagining any parent not seeing the value it provides to teachers. Also, to state the extremely obvious, just because a school uses Newsela doesn't mean that it allows its teachers to use any particular piece or type of content on the platform. Just like how you might subscribe to Disney Plus, but probably don't let your young kids watch Deadpool. Furthermore, at least in Indiana, public schools are generally racing to be as transparent as possible with curriculum in an attempt to counter the absurd propaganda being deployed against them. As stated by Indiana's public access counselor and Mike Pence appointee Luke Britt, it has not been reported to this office that schools have shied away from making curriculum materials available. If anything, they have been more proactive in order to demonstrate to parents and the public that materials are acceptable and appropriate for students. Not that the anti-public schools movement will let facts get in the way of a scary-sounding conspiracy theory. Before we wrap this episode up, I'd like to look at one other claim made by Mr. Gillette.
If your child brought home history text from the New York Times 1619 Project, you'd be outraged. But instead, they might bring home the exact same content, but instead of New York Times on the masthead, it has Newsela.
Sounds devious, right? Well, the 10 articles from the 1619 Project aren't available in the free version of Newsela, but I did find a private school that had posted one of them on its website as a study guide. Here's what that looks like. Now, I honestly don't know enough about Mr. Gillette's IQ to say for sure that he was being disingenuous and deceptive and fear-mongering in his previous clip. I mean, it is possible that he is dumb enough to look at this and have no idea it was related to the 1619 Project. But I can say, I know a lot of parents, and I don't know a single one who'd be tricked by Newsela being on the masthead. Thanks for watching.